Hello my friends and welcome to episode 7 of our Football Manager 2022 save, where we are rising the nation of Scotland, hopefully to make them the best country in the game. I'm starting on the transfer screen once again because we have done some business. Scouts have been busy, they're finding players every single week, and sometimes those players are really good, and sometimes they're free agents so we can bring them in while the transfer window is shut. And we're going to take advantage of that. We have offloaded 2 players that are going in January as well. They're complaining about not getting first team football, and it just frees up some wages. So the first one is Sam Urquhart. Now he's a striker slash inverted forward on the left hand side, which is where he's predominantly played. Comes in on £8 a week. He's fairly solid. You know, he's similar in a sense to who was already out there. It's a lad I brought in earlier in the window. Morris. That was it. Similar to Morris, but you know, he's solid. Sean Burns, much similar. He's similar to the lad that we brought in at left back, who was Ivor, if I mind right, his name. Did I bring him in? Ian Ivor. I didn't bring him. Ian Ivor was already here. Sean Burns is just a general upgrade. He's similar physically, similar mentally, better technically in almost every department. You know, he's had a decent career. Stenhousemuir, 4-4. 209 games for Queen's Park. You know, he's not a bad left back at all. Solid career behind him, and he comes in, he can do a job. And then we've got Simon Ferry, the host of Open Goal. Of course, solid midfielder. Big upgrade surprisingly on Jamie Winter. He has just arrived, so he's not even played a game yet. He makes the bench for today's game, or he will make the bench for today's game. Probably come off and try and, you know, start building up his fitness that way. He is on £70 a week, an absolute steal. Look at these stats, the passing, the vision, decision's not great, the leadership, the positioning, the tackling. Okay, he can't particularly move great anymore, but what a player that we have just picked up. Let's get pitch side. In fact, no, we've got results to go through. Never mind getting pitch side. Our last game was the 1-1 draw against Loch Ness, and our form since has been outstanding. We beat Coldstream 2-0, Gold and Mullen with the goals, before a disappointing 2-2 draw against Brecon. We had to rescue as well. Brecon probably edged this game, but a draw I'd say was a fair result. Before we played Strathspey, and again we absolutely bossed this game. They scored 1 goal in the counter. We just continued doing what we're doing, and eventually came good. Mullen and Urquhart with the goals. It was then the turn of Inverurie Locos. Mullen missed a penalty in this game at 2-0 up, and it was my fault. I made a sub, and the sub happened between the penalty being given and taken. And I knew as soon as that happened, he was missing. He hit the post. But he did score, and, you know, a 2-0 win is a 2-0 win. We then played Wick Academy, and how this game looks even close to competitive is beyond me. It was one of those games where we absolutely bossed it from start to finish. They scored with basically 2 of their only 3 attacks. I say 2 of their only 3 attacks. They scored 2 from 2 attacks, but they had a third attack, which was basically a sprint out the back, gave them the ball and they scored from it. That is something that I don't mind. When we're playing this system, I don't mind mistakes like that, because it shows the guys are listening and doing what I'm asking them to do. They're just not necessarily at a level that they can pull it off, and that's something that I will accept when mistakes happen in the system. Nairn County we beat 1-0, Mullen with the goal there before we played Annan Athletic in the Scottish Cup second round. A little bit unlucky here, we were 2-0 up after 6 minutes. They scored, and then Ian Labour got himself sent off for a second yellow 10 minutes later, and from there it was all Annan Athletic. They scored again in the 77th minute, and then it went to extra time, and by then we had ran a race. I'll be brutally honest, we had nothing to give. Today's Brora Rangers, however, who, if we beat, we jump above in the table. What an opportunity this is. For Mantine, I'm not sure if we can jump them, if this is, our game in hand or not, but we'll find out. Be pitch side in just a second, guys. And we're back. That extra time has taken its toll on the squad. The only first team players that we've really lost though, because I did rest players, is Scott Jury and Sam Urquhart. Both would have played today. Neither are fit enough. So the team that we are going with is as follows. Damius in goal, Waite, Fraser, Whitehead and Burns in defence. Burns was rested. Winter and Sloan in the midfield role. Docherty, Gold and Morris in the attacking roles, and Mullen leading the line, the top goal scorer in the league of course. He was also cleverly rested. Say not cleverly. I wanted to give the other lad a game because he's been asking for football, and to be fair, I bought him to play football. I can't drop the guy that's just scoring all the goals for us, can I? Overall, I don't expect to really go and outplay Brora the way that we have other teams. But the stats right now look fairly good. 68% possession, 3 shots to their 1, 2 on target to their none. XG is similar. However, first highlight comes to us. It's a free kick. It's going to be Jamie Winter. It's a decent one. Malin with the save. He's a very, very good goalkeeper, Malin, for this level. Could easily, wouldn't look out of place 2 divisions up, put it that way. Sloan whips in. Gold can't get there. Docherty will be first to reply. Can he make something happen for us as we look to recycle? Whitehead to Gold. We can't recycle it. I don't know why we're getting a highlight on that. I would have expected a recycled highlight based on the play. But hey ho, is what it is. Second highlight of the game, whipped in backstick towards McLean. We aren't great in the air. That's one thing that we do need to address, is we are not great in the air. It costs us a lot of goals. We're not scoring a lot of goals from corners as a result from it, as we should be, because it's Football Manager 22. We're conceding a lot of sloppy headers at the back post and stuff. But, you know, I don't want to give up guys that are decent. You've done well so far, boys. You really have. You know, I didn't expect you to be dominating the game the way that you have so far. Brora are an extremely good side, by far the best in the league, and we are outplaying them from back to front. We're not creating huge amounts, but we're getting shots away, we're dominating the ball, and that's all I can ask. Gold to Winter, decent ball. It's Morris, it's off the post, it's off the keeper. Morris keeps it alive. There he goes. Ref? I'm going to say that was a animation error, because he went down well before that player touched the ball. The defence target's higher now as well. The defence, other than Sean Burns, did play that Scottish Cup game, because it's a team of division above us. I wanted to give it everything. Can't get the words out of my mouth just now. Bringing on Whittaker for Docherty. Fresh legs in that wing position. Both of them very, very similar in stats, very similar in ability, so I don't mind making that change too much. Winter, Mullen, Sloan. He's done well here, Sloan. He's not done great. That was terrible. We're going to bring on Scott Jury for Sloan. We're going to bring on Simon Ferry for his debut for Jamie Winter. Fresh legs in the midfield. Jury isn't the fittest. As I said, you can see his heart. I didn't want to start him, but he is our best box to box by a mile. Sutherland, and against the run-off play, Brora have their goal. Excuse me, I'm not going to be disappointed at this, because, you know, I don't expect to come and play Brora off the park. I expected to lose this game. It's tough to lose in the manner that we have. But with a tired team and missing key players and whatnot, a 1-0 defeat is not the end of the world. And I am actually going to praise the boys for this, because you can't do anything about it. I'm happy with the performance. You know, could we have been better and more incisive in the final third? Yeah, of course we could. We dropped down to 5th from that, which kind of sucks. But hey ho, is what it is. We will come back next time for... Let's come back for Brecon, just before the January window. I was going to say for Turriff, but we've already done Turriff. So let's come back for Brecon just before the January window. If you've enjoyed this, guys, hit the like button, hit subscribe if you're new, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.